Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this a brand new day. Yay! Today, my ADHD meds are not working quite as well. Thumbs up for that. Yesterday, by this time, I felt like the day had lasted forever, and the day lasted a long time yesterday. And this morning, I was up at 5:30, and I took my meds at like 5:45, and it's 8 o'clock, and time is just booming. So, yay, thumbs up for that. Still, though, it's good to be alive. I am metabolizing, and it is good to metabolize. Hopefully, you are all metabolizing as well. It is good to metabolize. Definitely a thumbs up on that. I mean, it is good to be alive, and I'm glad to be alive, and I'm glad that I was able to sleep, and things are good. It is good, again, to be alive, so thumbs up on that. Still though, yay, YouTube algorithms and front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. If you could subscribe to the channel, that too would be awesome. Very, very cool. If you could leave me a comment, if you like what you hear and see, that'd be awesome. I like to read comments. I thumbs up each one I read, and I read them all. I answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow, so thumbs up on that. And of course, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people are literally the people that help keep me alive, and I like being alive. It is a very good thing. So thumbs up and thank you. It is just very cool. My pets are alive, I am alive, and that is a very good thing. So thank you, each and every one of these beautiful and very awesome people. Thumbs up for that. Yay, front loading of YouTube videos. And I have therapy today, so joy on that. And I'm not feeling, one of the reasons I think my ADHD med is not working as well is I'm not feeling really wonderful physically. So I think what little bit I have of my cold or perhaps allergies or who knows, I'm just not feeling top of the world, on top of the weather, whatever the phrase is. And because of that, the ADHD meds aren't working as well. So thumbs up. But I have therapy in less than an hour now, so I know my video here is going to be uploaded late for me. So thumbs up for that. But still, I got therapy, and then afterward, I'm going to try and get as much done. Now, I do want to talk about this. This ties all together because I have better hearing than I should have at my age. I mean, again, I'm 59 years old, which, how time flies, huh? You look in the mirror, you get older, and we're all getting there one day. Unless you kick off beforehand, you'll hit 59 too. But at 59, my hearing is so much better than it has any right to be, and I'm glad about that. But Hokey smokes. I mean, I used to go to concerts when I was a teenager where I would come back for 3 days. I could not hear because my ears were so overloaded. It was just like that. I could not hear for days. Even married, I was still almost up to age 50. Abusing my ears because in my minivan there's a pretty good CD sound system, and I would crank it up to just before the speakers would start to distort, and then sit inside the closed van and listen to that as my wife was doing something where I didn't need to be there. So I have abused my ears and my hearing, and I should not have as good a hearing as I do. Especially with all the highs and lows that I can still hear. Now, when I wear headphones and such, I actually hear a lot of things better. If I hear just a dull rumble of maybe I can go like, oh, that must be voices, just normally like this, I put on headphones with all the highs and lows cut out. All those mid-range sounds come right in, and suddenly it goes from, is that to, oh, I can almost hear what they're saying. And when I put in my earplugs, because I have to wear earplugs at night because the world is so loud, it cuts out the highs and lows, but those mid-range sounds still come right in. The volume is down, but I still hear them. So my hearing is better than it has any right to be, which is fine and good. Again, I am not going to complain. But this ties into as stated. I've mentioned before because of all sorts of things. I mean, my personality and who I am is largely set in stone. But, you can make changes. I have made changes throughout my life. I'd still attempt to do so when I can, and I feel that there's a need. But your personality is largely set in stone with who you are. And so with all of the things that have happened through my life, it's made me who I am so that I'm stuck being who I am. And that's okay. I don't mind. Trying to remember now what point I was trying to make with that one, and I can't, of course. But it still had to do with the hearing, because one of the things that goes on with my life, I can get sensory overload way too quickly. I sit in relative silence in here most of the time. If I'm not watching a video or I'm not playing a game, if I'm just sitting here and not doing something actively like that, quite often it's just in silence. I don't need the distraction of the noise. And that's largely, it's partly the ADHD, partly the depression, partly it's where I am on my particular spectrum of autism. I am just overloaded easily by some things. And one of the things that happens is my mood being so volatile. I was in a good mood, had a whole bunch of videos, got 8 videos all lined up to try and do reactions to, and I was gonna do my very best. And loud thumping music started to play. Now I have housemates, and I am part of, we got neighbors, and we share, it's like a duplex, so yay. So any loud noise, I'm going to be able to hear. And remember, putting on headphones, that cuts out the highs and lows, so those middle ranges come in really easy. And I hear them even louder when I put on the headphones. So I was in a good mood, and I wanted to sit in the silence and listen to the songs that were playing through my headphones so that I could react and do an honest, good reaction to it. But with that probably not even loud enough that I don't even know if the mic would have picked it up, but I could. And I didn't need external thumping loudness that was intruding on my mood. And unfortunately, I wasn't going to go yell at anybody. I live with housemates. I have neighbors. I'm only one person. If somebody wants to listen to loud music and it happens to impact me negatively, occasionally that happens. It's part of being a human being and living with others. So I was upset, but I wasn't upset at the people that were doing it. It is their full right. It doesn't happen often when the neighbors or my housemates do it. So I was upset and angry. That's the thing. But I wasn't angry at the people that were doing it. It was just the situation. Because, again, I even had to talk myself through that. As people live here, they have a right to do so. It doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen long. But it lasted long enough that my mood was gone. I was unreasonably angry. And I'm not going to be able to do any sort of good reaction to that. Everything that I feel shows on my face. If I'm not having fun, you can tell, because it shows. If I'm not feeling good, it shows. If I'm trying to fake something, it shows. So unfortunately, all the reactions that I was going to do, well, hopefully today, but it's therapy today, so we'll see how that goes as well. Because I've mentioned this before, things have to settle down, because our minds are like great pools and everything is just dumped inside of these great pools of water. And inside of this water, with all of our memories just dumped inside of there, there's all this old fishing line, and it's constantly coming loose from here and wrapping onto something else. So when you try to pull up just, oh yeah, I'm thinking about that old tricycle that I used to have when I was a kid. Well, it gets pulled up, but today it's got some fishing line that's attached to and pulling up this old memory that you haven't thought of for over 20 years. And oh my God, that's a heavy one. You let that one go back down to another day when you're ready to deal with it. So that can happen, and you gotta deal with that. I do my best to live with stuff, but you gotta let the lake settle back down after you've pulled up an accidental Titanic. And again, it's just something that you have to do, so thumbs up on that. I'm not special. Everybody has to deal with this stuff in their own way. So hopefully I'll be able to get some reactions done today. Yay! I have found all sorts of amazing stuff and the like. And oh, here's a real quick thing that I was actually thinking about. With the rise of machine learning and algorithms, I can see how that might be a problem with a particular genre of music. I've mentioned that there's the noise genre. I reacted to like this artist called Merzbow, part of just noise, but they make noise, sometimes aggravating, irritating noise as their music, just to irritate those who are listening. And he's made like 400, I got all this denture cream with its mineral oil leaking all over, so yay. Plus I'm really dehydrated, so I gotta drink a whole bunch when I'm done. But he's made like 400 and some odd albums of this noise genre stuff. But at what point is the difference between human-generated noise genre music and algorithm-generated noise genre music? If they can become identical, what has that done to the genre? Does that change it? Does that destroy it? Does it not exist as art because computers and algorithms and just programming can produce the albums without the need for any sort of human intervention? I don't know if that invigorates the genre or just sucks all the life out of it entirely. But it was something that I was thinking of and I am curious about. So, who knows? Who knows? But music is interesting, even if it's music that you wouldn't consider music. I've come across a lot of artists, like mentioned Merzbow, I don't know how it's pronounced again, but where I never would have even known that it existed if people hadn't brought it up in comments and said, hey, listen to this. I still want to react to more Euboa, which was absolutely beautiful stuff, but most people would probably consider it incoherent noise, but it's a wonderful soundscape and it's good stuff. So, yay on that. Ooh, itchy. I have an actual itchy nose. Real quick though, I'm going to talk some world building because I've wanted to talk about the size of Tonasket Valley in the Razor's Edge. I've mentioned that it's a valley and the people that live there in Tonasket Valley. From the outside of Tonasket Valley, still on the Razor's Edge, it is not that big of a valley. You know, it's got the area that you go down into it, it's got the mountain stuff here, and it actually goes downward, and the area inside sinks. It doesn't become like the Grand Canyon or anything, but it's a pretty big valley. But, you know, it's like 10, 15 miles this way, 20, 25 miles to go to one end to the other, and you can drive around it. It's not that big. But the Razor's Edge is there's a lot more there than there is even on the inside. Out here it's flat. There's only one here, but there's a lot more there on the inside. And when you're in Tonasket Valley, well, so far people have made it a couple thousand kilometers and they still aren't, well, about halfway maybe. And it's big, and it's wild, and it's crazy down inside of there, but not up near the mouth of the valley where the people live. So it's big, and I do want to do a lot of talking about that at some point, because hey, Tonasket Valley, that's a pretty big place for the Razor's Edge. And thumbs up on that. There was another thing that I had just remembered that I wanted to talk about with the Razor's Edge, but of course now with my memory it's all gone, so yay, isn't that nice? Just seeing if I could remember it from there, but no, such is life. Still, it's that whole fractal landscape. The Razor's Edge is big, it's huge, and not so much in size, because it's still from the center to the edge. It's only 10,000 kilometers, which is still circumference. Outer edge to the middle to the outer edge. That's 20,000 kilometers. It's a big place, but it's still, you run out to the edges and it's all gone. And of course, the Apple Rock Kaiju is able to access all of it while it's in its dormant stages. And it is a bastard, and I need to talk about that more too. But I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab at Hokey Smokes. I have said that anything more than 0 is awesome, and there's more than 0, 5. So I'm going to go through and thank these 5 people for having left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thank you very much. It is appreciated. We have Confused Owl 29. It wasn't a bad day. That's a good thing. Hopefully you are doing well, and hopefully you're able to survive after having to not be working. And then there's Adrian Bryan, thumbs up, thank you very, very much, and here's hoping things go well for you. There is Not Kuro, greatly appreciated, and a lot of things to think about. There is Ben B, greatly, greatly appreciated, and Ice Damon, thumbs up, and thank you all 5 of you. You get me out of my head and into the world for, a short period of time, but you do it. And dealing with people, if only in text, again for a very short time. Thumbs up and thank you much. It is appreciated to no end. Yay! And of course, don't know what device you're watching this on, so don't know where the video description is, don't know even if you can see it. But if you can, inside there are links to all my channels, as well as my Twitter, my Facebook, my Patreon, and again, I would like to thank each and every one of these beautiful and awesome people, because they are beautiful and awesome, and I like being alive, and I know that my hamster likes being alive, and I know that my kitty cat likes being alive, and I like me and my pets being alive. Not my pets, sorry about the stumbling, but hopefully you understood what I meant. Thank you to each and every one of these beautiful people. And if you'd like to help me out, again, links are in the description. And if you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I have links to PayPal as well. And down there, if you'd like to help me out without becoming any sort of thing like that, I do have an Amazon wishlist link as well. And I have got cotton mouth so bad. I am so sorry if it bothers your hearing, with hearing people's mouth noises. Because, oh boy, I am mouth noise galore right now. Sorry about that. And hey, if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation you get from my existence. And of course, if you did the notification bell, that would be very cool. Thumbs up on that. Well, Hokey Smokes, as you can see, I still have not changed that. Executive dysfunction is so much fun. Hopefully I can get it done today. We shall see, because I want to put a nice either picture or other sort of phrase there. How do I move my head? There we go, side to side. There we go. Going like this doesn't really help. Sort of. And with the Covfefe bug raging, please, you know what the precautions are. Please take them. Don't check out early. Hokey Smokes. Hokey Smokes. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And quite frankly, I think that's a very good thing.